welcome back. Thanks for tuning in again. Well, if you've seen any of my episodes, you kind of know all of my stories seem to have a theme. They're all about changing your thought to create a life you love. I'm going to give you the mug story. I don't think I've actually told the mug story yet. And what I want this to help you understand is that everything that happens in our life is here to give us a gift. And when you practice this mindset and this thought, you can shift your thought and have power over your thought, because you are not your thoughts, so you can decide what you do think. Okay, and I'm going to give an example of this because there is a little bit of a duality with this, because the ego does pop up, and sometimes I call that the itty bitty shitty committee, but it's not really what your soul desires and your higher self and your higher level of consciousness that we can tap into, that's life-giving and abundant. And the ego tends to be short-sighted and maybe fear-based and limited and lack and not enough. So what I want to help you do is consciously be able to tap into your higher self. And when you practice this form of thought changing, your world really does change. So I'm going to tell you the mug story, and hopefully this will kind of give you an example of how you too can change your thought. And it doesn't have to be about a mug when you change your thought. So I was in the kitchen, actually I was in the living room one day with my son, actually at our old house, and all of a sudden I heard crash, bang, and my husband said, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry." And in that moment, I knew it was my favorite mug that I had gotten from Hawaii the year before. He wouldn't have said that any other way, any other reason why. So I knew immediately that it was my mug that just crashed all over the kitchen floor. And at first, I did go to my ego, the itty bitty shitty committee, that said, "Oh, you're never going to get that mug again. Oh, you love that mug. Oh, no." And it was this lack and fear and sadness because I just lost a material item, right? That was kind of expected in our society to kind of go to those thoughts. But within 2 to 3 seconds, because I practice this all the time, I shifted my thought and I said, "No. All things are whole. Gifts come from all things. So there doesn't have to be lack or missing anything if a mug broke. It's whole. I'm whole. Everything is fine." So that was about 6 seconds to 8 seconds into this mug breaking and shattering on our kitchen floor. So at about 10 to 15 seconds after I changed my thought, and I actually ended with, "Okay, God, show me the goodness that's going to come out of this mug breaking, and I'll wait and I'll watch." Well, within 15 to 20 seconds or so, my son, who was sitting in the living room with me, he said, "Oh, Mom, I'm so sorry." He's 13 at the time. He said, "I'm so sorry." He said, "I precariously put that mug up on a shelf that was hanging over the edge after I emptied the dishwasher." He said, "I am so sorry. That was my fault." And I thought, oh my gosh, within 20 seconds. But I switched my thought, and now I gave the opportunity for goodness to come from this mug. And I realized at my son's age of 13, I think he was at the time, this gave him an opportunity to take responsibility for something. This was the first time, it's kind of a maturity level at that age, but that he was able to take responsibility and say, "No, I did this, I'm sorry." And I thought, wow, what a beautiful thing. This mug gave him an opportunity to grow and mature. I thought, oh, wow, if that's all this is amazing. And so I thought, okay, well, my gift came from that. And the next day, I was on a local, I think, a social media site, and I saw a friend of mine had just landed in the island where I got this mug in Kauai. And before I could help myself, I said, "Oh, I had this perfect mug. It was wonderful. It was this size, this shape, and looked like this. If you can find one, pick me up one, please, please, and I'll pay you back." And anyway, it was done, and I thought, oh, kind of felt a little guilty sending that off. It was just kind of, it just happened. And I just thought, well, I'll just put it out there. Didn't hear anything back. There was no comments in the comment section or anything. And within 3 weeks, she called me and she said, I found your mug. She said, it was so much fun. We went to so many different coffee houses and we met so many different people all because of this mug. We had a lot of fun. And I said, wow, that's great. So I thought, oh my gosh, this mug even brought more fun to other people. And so it just kind of keeps giving and giving and giving. So I went right over there, and we actually had shared, my daughter's Girl Scouts troop had made Hawaiian bags. And so we were able to exchange. We gave her a bag and she gave me the mug, and it was just really fun to see that mug whole again. Within 3 weeks, my shattered, broken mug was whole in my cupboard again. It just shows the power of thought. Now, I know this is just a little broken mug, but try it in every day of your life. You know, we all come up with situations, whether we miss a bus, whether we have a broken relationship, or whether we got a flat tire. Whatever it is, we all have opportunities to shift our thought to see the grace and good. And I'm going to say, expect miracles. I mean, the mug story, I expected miracles. I changed my thought, and that's what I expected. And that's exactly what came to me. So when I tell the story in my home and someone sees the mug, they're a little confused. Well, how do you have a whole mug? Until I get to the end of the story. Anyway, I want you to understand that living out of the box is really powerful. It really gives you the opportunity to create the life you love. And everything and anything is possible, from healing to career to finances to your home. Just start shifting your thought, really. And I'll have more videos too. Keep watching. Thank you for tuning in. I love you guys. Bye.